Ready? Ready? I'll let you. Super deep dive.
Hey everyone, so welcome back to the channel. And if you're watching this, that's good news because that means that my guys and I survived our trip to Gettysburg Bike Week. All right, so that's what this video is going to be focused on, but just a quick touch on what my intentions were leading up to this video, especially if you saw my last video, all millions of subscribers that I have who may be severely disappointed I didn't get to do this, right? Sarcasm. And that was to upload a series of videos about this bike and the installs I'm doing to it, to make it a more rideable and comfortable bike for this trip. The trip we just took up to Gettysburg was my longest trip by far on a bike. It was about 5 hours, a little over 5 hours, being that we took nothing but back roads the entire time and wanted to avoid the interstates and tolls and all that good stuff, right? Because we're here for the views. That's it. We want good views, and we want good roads, and we want good times. That being said, my intentions were to make a series of videos of those modifications. However, that week before we left, since it is also prime summertime where I'm at, was way too hot in this garage. I couldn't film it outside because it was hotter outside, or it was close to the same temp, but my camera kept shutting off and was overheating, so I'd get some progress made on a video in terms of recording what I was doing. It would cut off, I'd throw it in the fridge, try to cool it down, bring it back out, another 15 minutes, boom, boom.
Sorry to hear about your brother that passed away. He gets 5 big booms. Boom! 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 Boom!
Rinse and repeat, and between having to run to the hardware store and having to juggle this camera overheating and other things, there's just no way that I was going to be able to do it because a 1 hour install turned into a 5 hour long install with trying to be patient and make some content. So I scrapped it, and I'm going to do a walk around of the bike and of the installs that I did, and I'm also going to include reviews on how they performed on this trip. However, this video is going to be about the Gettysburg bike trip. I'm going to show you guys some of the rides we did, the auto tour, some really good views, and some of the local eateries as well. So that being said, let's go ahead and get this video started. I hope you guys enjoy. It's going to be a mix of a vlog and just riding footage. I'm still figuring out when to pull the camera out, when to not. Talking in public is still extremely weird, despite everyone does it on their phone these days. It just feels wrong. The attention feels weird. But that being said, this is going to be just the best that I can do at this point, and just to show you guys something. So enough of the talking. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys at the end.
Ready? I'll let you lead.
Yeah.
I'll pick up over here.
Say less.
Yeah.
All right.
Y'all need me to do something.
If we hit like a long stretch, I'll let you guys know when y'all can do what you want to do. Go be free.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother. Oh, breaking the law already. Alright guys, we've made it to Frederick, Maryland. We are sitting down at a brewery called Old Mother's, getting some smash burgers. Smooth ride so far. A lot of road work and lots of little bit of traffic on the way, but we're an hour out from Gettysburg, so. Saw, dude. And that. 23. What's that? What's that port? 23. 22-3.
Dude, do it. Yeah, I might be fucking up the house tonight.
Out here in Gettysburg for Gettysburg Bike Week. 6:29 right now. We made it here at about 2:30. It was a 5-hour drive for us. Traffic wasn't bad, smooth ride, man. Once we got in here, hurried up, unpacked, made it into town. Had to get the essentials, in other words, some beer and some liquor. And about to go back out. It was so far sick scenery, great riding. Bikes held up almost. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hit a hardware store in the morning or something, and I need to go ahead and tighten this up. So I've got a piece that's I got a hex that's big enough for that. However, in order to get to it, I need to have an Allen, so which I bought before the trip and I forgot them. So I've been having to juggle that all day long. It's progressively gotten worse, but it's definitely not terrible. I mean, if that's the worst thing that happens while I trip with this bike, this old ass bike, then I'll take it, man. Super stoked to be here. I mean, we're out here and we got this guy. You know, he's still a brother. He just might be a little bit more of a sensitive brother, but brother nonetheless. So let's go, man. 2 Dynas and this beast. Hey, man, of course.
I was saying he's over there, and I said, put that sports right beside me. I know he can get in there.
There's some punk ass kids from out of town.
Figure what out?
What's up, brother?
I don't know.
All this brother.
Now. Oh, now. Well, now.
And for the sober people.
Brother.
No Uber. No Ubers.
Not sure what's going to happen, but we're going to figure it out.
Fun fact, guys, if you're in downtown Gettysburg and you need to get an Uber because you're being responsible, you're not going to have one. So be ready for about 1.5 miles to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 mile trek.
We should have ridden our bikes drunk.
Apparently, we should have ridden drunk. We need more Ubers in Gettysburg. We need them now. Let's go. What about you, Pardon? How you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Yeah, you ready to run about 3 miles back home?
Absolutely, dude.
Brother, yeah.
I've had enough alcohol to fucking run back to Virginia, alright?
The old Ogatauga Loctite trick didn't work. I don't know if I didn't cinch it down or
Yeah, I don't
had my pedal.
that ain't it, dude.
No, bro, it's not a look.
That's not...
Nice foot placement. What do you think?
Think we're good?
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Let's get some food.
Let's go, boys. Food. It's time to eat, guys. Chow time. Chow time. Ay, ay, ay. Guys, right here in Gettysburg National Park. All the boys together, riding around doing the auto tour. So this is auto stop 1, right? Auto stop 1.
What is it, out to the left that way or something?
I guess, dude. I guess we'll just kind of keep following the red signs and keep checking them out, dude. Seeing what's up. I see the red sign with the stars. Oh, you can see that from all the way here. But it's up there.
Yeah.
I think
right
we
on
just-
the edge.
Where the dudes are standing at,
Yeah,
like
I think
the,
we just keep getting it, dude. I think we just keep going straight.
it'll just work itself out.
One big loop.
So.
Oh yeah, dude.
The firmness and the right as God gives us to see the right. All right. Climb that thing, dude, real quick. Oh yeah, dude, check that out.
There's a breeze up there.
I bet. Yeah, look at the shirt's blowing. Yeah, that looks like it feels great.
Or something like that, or June, or
Yeah, it was the summer.
bro, can you imagine being in there for just like
Just getting shot. Nah, dude, I could. Yeah. Yeah. No, I couldn't. Couldn't imagine.
yeah, I don't know what's easier.
There really wasn't anything that happened on the far ridge over there other than a quick skirmish with the cavalry before they pulled back. Just enough to get.
Thank
super good trip. We were expected to get rain looking at the weather a week before this trip. It was thunderstorms, 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 thunderstorms. We all just started running to find rain gear and stuff that would work, that would also not, at least for me, break the bank, because I spent the money I wanted to spend on getting the bike ready for the trip, praying we'd get good weather, and then seeing what the radar was looking like. Man, we were prepared, because we were not going to not do this ride. So we were just preparing ourselves for 5 hours of straight suck in a thunderstorm and continuous suck while we were there, but still having a bunch of fun, right? And it also just adds to the story. It adds to the experience, and it pays to be rich in experiences. Especially the knowledge comes with probably riding a bike for 5 hours in the rain if you survive to tell that tale. However, super good times. The last clip you saw cut off was when I got back from the rainstorm. That's pretty much where the trip concluded at for us. We ended up going out that night and getting food and having some drinks and the same old. And the weather was supposed to be spotty the rest of the trip, which we were planning on coming home the next morning. And the next morning, it was the same situation. We were supposed to hit thunderstorms. So I didn't record riding back because we decided we were going to try to take the interstates to sort of outrun and maneuver around the storm. Now we had our rain gear and we were ready to use it. And at one point, we actually pulled over, put the rain gear on because it started to sprinkle. And it looked like we were going to be driving into the actual, like where the big, thick storm clouds are going to be at. And we didn't. And we just sat there probably for about 40 minutes on our rain gear riding around. Everyone else has on their vests and their tank tops and no helmets because when you're in Pennsylvania, you don't need a helmet. That being said, we were probably looking absolutely ridiculous with boot covers on and all this stuff. And my whole idea was, look, I'd rather have it on right now, suffer for 35 minutes, and then it poured down and I'm ready to go, being that I would still have a 4-hour ride back in just soaking wet clothes. Having experienced it for 15 minutes coming home from the barn, I don't think I would want to experience that for 4 hours. So nonetheless, it hit 36 minutes and we pulled over and took all that crap off immediately and just, we'll deal with it. And just check when we stop the weather, check the weather. All right. So that being said, didn't need it at all. We got lucky the entire trip. No rain except for that little bit of a segment that you saw in the video. And honestly, it's a great story that we all get to tell now. Everyone made it back safe. Well worth it. Another thing, nobody was drinking and riding. Definitely don't condone that. We made sure we would get back to our house. We would get all the riding we wanted to done in the day or whenever that was. And then when it was time that we wanted to go out and have some food and have some drinks, park the bikes, catch an Uber, catch a Lyft, and head out to the general vicinity we're going to be hanging out in. That being said, if you guys are planning on taking this trip, the Uber and the Lyft situation out there is not very good. A lot of those Ubers and Lyfts go away once it starts to get a little late. We got lucky. The few times that we went looking for an Uber or Lyft to get back home, there was like one or two maybe in the area. So all in all, be wary of that. We weren't able to get a house that was super close to downtown's Gettysburg, at least this time. I would recommend that if you're going to do this trip and have intentions of going out and partying, just because of the Uber and Lyft situation, right? You got to be safe. The cops out there definitely don't play, and they shouldn't. Drinking and driving or drinking and riding is, completely unacceptable. It's dangerous enough to do when you're sober, right? So that being said, guys, super sick trip. I hope you enjoyed the video. And, I can't recommend it enough. Getting on your bike and making some memories with your friends. That's it. That's what this entire community is built off of. And that's what you should do. And there's a good chance that what you've got sitting in your garage is good enough to do that. Don't get so wrapped up in what you see online or what the next guy has. There's a good chance what you've got sitting in your garage is good enough to make the trip. And the best part about it is that it's yours, right? So as long as it's reliable and you can be safe, you don't need to wait for that specific seat or that specific set of handlebars. Make sure the tires are good. Make sure the bike starts and runs. You got a good battery, the necessities, and I promise you'll make it down the road. All right? You might have a little bit of back pain, upper back pain, but take it from me, it is worth it. So phenomenal trip, great views. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, you're welcome to like and subscribe, or don't, and maybe the algorithm will bring you back around to me in the future when I'm much better at this entire thing. nonetheless, guys, stay safe and have a great day. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.